I don't like the word self-made millionaire because even if he thinks he is, there are at least like a dozens and hundreds of people helping that individual to become wealthy. Because think about the way that we run business. We need customers and clients, and we need them, so we cannot be a self-made something.
Hey everyone, this is Kim O'Neill from the Every Day is a New Day podcast and live show, and you're listening to the Going North podcast with the hilarious Dom Brightman. Be sure to subscribe to his show so you don't miss any episodes, and remember, every day is always a new day.
How's it going, my friend? I'm so glad you're tuning into the Going North podcast because I have some great news, folks. The show now has some wonderful merchandise, so check out the wonderful link in the show notes to tpublic.com/stores/Dom-Brightman and click on that link to cop some wonderful gear based off of my wonderful tagline, advance others to advance yourself, because we got it in t-shirt form, hoodie form, and you can choose whichever color you like. So if you want to get it in pink, green, black, white, blue, yellow, red, we got you covered for the whole rainbow, especially for t-shirts and hoodies and everything else. So check it out all in the show notes and rock this gear. Heck, even take a picture of this wonderful gear, shoot it to yours truly, and I'll post it on my social media and tag you officially as well as one of the fans of the show, and you'll definitely get a shout out during one of the episodes in the future. So definitely click in the show notes, cop some merchandise, support the show, and let the world know that you have an abundance mentality of advancement. Now let's get on with the show, and I'll say it now since I might not say it in the ending credits. Advance others to advance yourself. And today on the Highlight Reel Builder for Authors, known as GMP, the Great, Glorious, and Glamorous, it's the Going North podcast. And my goodness, you're in for one heck of a treat that's good enough to eat. My goodness, probably eat all day, if not all week, maybe if not all month, because my goodness, today's guest in particular. For those you may remember, episode 161 featured the sensational Sandra Bizkind, and she mentioned that there was a particular book called Happy Money that was one of her favorites of 2019. I picked up the book, and man, I'm glad she recommended it because it's one heck of a book and it's one of my favorites, because we got one heck of a super special awesome human for you today. The man who wrote that book, money and happiness expert, best-selling self-development author in Japan with over 8 million copies sold since 2001. Financial expertise coming from owning and managing several businesses, an accounting company, a management consulting firm, and a venture capital corporation, and his writing bridges the topics of finance and self-help, focusing on creating and generating personal wealth and happiness through deeper self-honesty. And to put the cherry on the cake, my goodness, he's also the first person, you heard that right folks, the first person from Japan to be voted into the Transformational Leadership Council. So let's give it up for the Zen Millionaire, the kind and honorable Ken Honda. How you doing today, Ken?
Yay! Hi, Dominic and everybody. I'm so happy to be invited to this show. Sandra is a good friend of mine, so I appreciate her for introducing me to you.
Yes indeed, yes indeed. Yeah, funny enough, our episode's still in the top 50 now of this show, and we've had, my God, over 500 going to 600 episodes. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, you know great people.
I have great friends.
You can say that again. You can definitely say that again, indeed. Because my goodness, heck, that's actually one of the principles in your book, if I'm not mistaken, where you mentioned that people are basically energy, which equals money, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm. Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, my goodness, man. So, before we get any deeper into the wonderful book and anything else you want to share with the lovely folks listening, is there anything else you want to add on to the introduction, my man?
You said it so beautifully. So I feel so shy when you introduce me and raise me up so high. I hope I can live up to people's expectations. But I'm so happy to share what I know. I've been a writer for 20 years and written so many books. I've learned from great mentors, so I'm so happy to share their knowledge with you.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Yes, indeed. And I'm glad you mentioned your ancestors because I just flipped over my notes before we pressed record of the notes I took from a couple years ago. My goodness, like you mentioned ancestors and you mentioned how we should honor our ancestors, man. So, would you consider yourself being one of those folks standing on the shoulders of giants of what helped you to get to where you are today, my man?
Yes, of course, definitely. There's so many people, I don't like the word self-made millionaire because, even if he thinks he is, there are at least like a dozens and hundreds of people helping that individual to become wealthy. Because think about the way that we run business. We need customers and clients, and we need them, so we cannot be a self-made something. So we are living on top of all the people's support. So I should not forget that every time I think of my book. People say I'm a best-selling author, and that's a great thing. But the fact that I sold 8 million copies, so that means 8 million times somebody at the bookstore did, the scan the book, get the credit card, and process it. So I really appreciate all the bookstore people who helped me sell those books. And think about the truck drivers and everybody involved. And so when you talk about the ancestors and all the people in my back, I feel my parents who are both gone, but I know I can really feel them. My mentors, all the support team are on my side. So I feel so grateful because I'm surrounded by all the happy energy with them.
Ah, happy energy indeed. My goodness, that's what I'm talking about. So, with staying in this real state for probably most times of the day, is there anything else that really keeps you humble, or is just thinking about your wonderful parents who are sadly gone but are still with you in spirit? Is there anything else that helps you to keep that wonderful demeanor of staying humble?
I don't know if I'm humble or not, but I can feel the presence of them. So so if you're just playing with 20 other guys, playing soccer and baseball or basketball, do you feel like you're playing alone? No, I feel like they're actually people helping me. Some visible, some invisible, but I feel so many support from different kinds of field. So I have a lot of uh, team who work with me, and also publishers and all the media people. They're helping with me, and now today you're working with me. So I have millions of reasons to appreciate about. That brings me smile.
Ah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Smiles indeed, smiles indeed. Well, for those who are working on smiling more often
Mm-hmm.
in the interesting times that we're in, any advice for them to really get into their zone of happiness to attract not only more happy money, but heck, maybe even more happy energy?
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. So if you're happy, you attract a lot of happy money. If you're unhappy and aggressive, you attract a lot of unhappy, aggressive energy.
Ah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about indeed. So, do you keep yourself in, like, is there a way that you keep yourself in the state? Is it like with your environment, like continuously being around the right people? Is there another trick to staying in the wonderful state to invite more happy energy into your life?
I said it that I'm surrounded by great people. And also, I do find fun activities for me to be indulged in. Right now, I'm having a chat with you, Dominic. This is a fun, very unique way of spending my time too. In a foreign language with somebody that I don't know. It's very exciting. And I will go back to my writing. I published 18 books this year, and so I keep writing. So this creative juice keeps coming in, coming in and out of my hands. And tonight I'm going to have a talk session with my daughter, who's going to be singing tomorrow for her Christmas concert, and also having talk session with a very well-known author on Zoom. So my day is filled with so many fun schedule that keeps me going. It's not just one thing. So I get distracted very easily. So I try to put things here and there so I won't get bored. That's how I design my day, and that's how I ask my staff to arrange my days. They know what I get excited about. So they kind of like put international interviews here, Japanese interviews here, quiet time here. So that way I enjoy both very quiet, very Zen-like time to indulge in my writing. And also I'm going to talk to Facebook Live, and I'm going to talk to thousands of people tonight. So like very quiet time and yay time, in one day.
Me likey. Quiet time and yay time indeed. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Well, there we go. My man just dropped a jewel for folks to take home with them. Create both quiet time and some yay time indeed. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, with the quiet time, is that at the same time every day, or do you prefer to keep it a little scattered?
So sometimes I have like a three days in a row. Right now I'm in this retreat center with thousands of books. So only my family members. So very quiet. So I can really focus on my writing and reading. And when I go, this is a 2 hour ride, a car ride from Tokyo. So when I go into the city, I meet a lot of people and get interviews. So that's more like a busy time. But now I can get to focus on my quality time, and I really enjoy both. And both activities make me very happy.
Ah, wonderful indeed. Wonderful indeed. Well, that's what I'm talking about indeed. And it's beautiful that you do that. So, with this wonderful book of happy money, I think one of the most interesting parts of the book, if I'm not mistaken, the story that started it all off when I believe you went to a party or something and this woman
Hmm.
asked you to see, to look
Yeah.
at your money.
Yes. Yes. Some years ago, there was a magazine article on what kinds of wallets celebrities carries. Wouldn't you be interested in what kind of wallet Tom Hanks or Justin Bieber or Mariah Carey carries? Do they even have a wallet? And
Hmm.
if they have a wallet, what's inside? So people are curious and somehow obsessed with wallets. So they did interviews with politicians and business tycoons and artists. So at the party, this woman asked me if she could take a look at my wallet. So I said, okay, as long as you give it back to me. But she's a stranger. In Japan, things are pretty safe. But I wanted to make sure and that she doesn't run away. And she said, thank you. And she took all the bills out and she was checking something. And this is good. This is cool. This is great. And then she was smiling and then put the bills back together and gave it back to me. And she said, Ken, all your money is good to go. And I said, oh, that sounds good, but what do you mean by that? And she said, all your money was smiling in your wallet. That means you made people happy and received money. I said, whoa. And on the other hand, she kept on, if you don't love your work and get money, or if you take advantage of other people and receive money, your money is crying in your wallet, or sometimes get angry. And she said, "Wow, that's interesting." And then she disappeared very quickly. So on that night, I was thinking deep. Look, could money smile? And I thought a few friends whose money must be smiling. And I'm sure, Dominic, you were thinking of few other friends whose money is crying too, right?
Hmm.
And then I realized that I kind of spot my friends, oh, this my friends with happy money, these guys not so happy money. And I realized that the people who carry happy money are genuinely nice, generous, happy people. And I decided to hang around with happy money people more, and that made me more happy. And as a result, I realized that turning all the unhappy money into happy money is my vision. It's my path. So I've been writing books on happiness and money, and I'm been teaching about happy money ever since.
Ah, And definitely a great teacher indeed, because my goodness, like just looking back on just some of the notes I've taken, I've underlined so many things, and that story is so just entertaining and so strange to me at first, because it's like, wow, just walk up to a random person, like really,
Yes.
that's safe up there, and just checking in on your money. And you brought up a very powerful point about how some people, if they treat other people bad and they try to cheat people, their money is crying, as opposed to folks like you helping your money to be happy and joyful.
Yeah, so I have whatever I do has a money return policy. So if people don't like my seminars and others, they get the full refund. So in other words, all the money I receive through my company or book royalties, they're happy money. So it's a result of making somebody smile, and it's a good feeling. So I can spend my money on something that makes other people happy too. So I'm sort of starting this cycle of appreciation by receiving money well, and also sending out my happy money to other people. By doing that, I'm sort of starting this cycle of appreciation. And so where my money goes, my happy money goes, it starts blessing everybody on the way, and then come back with friends. And it's a fun idea that my money is almost like an angels, blessing everybody and giving them blessings, and then come back with more friends. That makes me even more smile.
Ah, beautiful indeed. My man's like a man in a jewelry store giving all these gems out. My man said a cycle of appreciation. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about indeed. My goodness. Man. So with creating that cycle of appreciation and just making sure you treat people right so that way your money can be happy and not crying in your wallet, like any recommendations for folks to start with having more happy money in their life? Because I know you've done so many things to create happy money in your life, just from getting experience from your father and starting all these businesses. Any recommendations for folks from where to start in addition to buying your book?
So, you can start by appreciating money both coming in and going out. I call it arigato in, arigato out. When money comes into your life, say thank you, or arigato, or danke, or whichever the language. Gracias is fine too. Thank the money for coming into your life. And also, when the money leaves you, when you're going to spend the money, also say thank you, or gracias, or merci for staying with you. So if you just do that, you feel happier, more appreciative of clients who pay you or the boss who pay you. And I've heard many stories that their stingy boss, pays a handsome bonus because of appreciation that they gave to their bosses, and it works. So when their clients get appreciated and feel that they're very appreciated by them, so they come back. So the more appreciation you feel, you want to do more business with them. So it's just a human psychology that when you feel like you're appreciated, you are more likely to like the person.
Ah, yes, sir, indeed. Yes, sir, indeed. I love it. I love it indeed, because you're so darn right. And it's really good to be able to really just have that gratitude going in and out. Arigato in, arigato out. I love
Hmm.
it. I love it indeed. Heck, it
Thank
kind of
you.
reminds me of the. Oh, my pleasure indeed. It kind of reminds me of the wonderful gratitude journals that are mentioned in The Secret and all over the place now in the self help field. So, do you have your own personal gratitude journal or victory log that you use?
Yes, I do. And if you don't feel like writing everything down, just do that before you go to sleep. I try to count three blessings that I experienced that day. So just having a chat with you, Dominic, I think of that tonight. So just think about three things, three happy memories you made during the day. And by remembering what happened, you just appreciate it. Just embrace the experience. Like, wow, it was so fun chatting with Dominic. He's such a wonderful person. And then the second one is I had great lunch. And the third person is that talk session went so beautifully. And then if you just do 4 or 5, I think by then you fall asleep. And it's a fun way to go to sleep.
I love it. I love it. Instead of counting sheep, you're counting blessings or happy
Yeah.
blessings.
I mean, the counting is the same, but why not counting good things?
You can say that
Yeah, count
again.
happy sheep.
There you go. Or maybe count happy pandas, right?
Yes, that's true.
Yes, indeed. I guess in your case, that means you might have access to cloning technology because I believe that's one of your nicknames, right? The Happy Panda.
Yeah, yeah. Wherever I go, a lot of people will be there. So somehow, just I attract a lot of people and happy ones too.
Me lucky indeed. So, in speaking of attracting lots of people, you've attracted lots and lots of media appearances that are in the past and millions more to come. So, is there a question that you would wish you would be asked more often when you're in the metaphorical hot seat of interviews?
So a lot of people are interested in happy money now, but what I'm teaching now is the money in the future. Where people will not think of money. I call it money as air.
Mm,
When you're living in the cold world, money is icy, and when
mm,
it gets warmed up, it becomes water. But there could be flood or drought. So either way, you need to pay attention. You need to control it. But when it gets heated up, money becomes air. That means you don't think about it every day. You think of art, you think of something else, but you don't think much about money. So that's what I want to teach about. So my goal or my dream is that people forget about money and they focus on what they want to do. If every one of us is doing that, we'll have a better planet Earth. So that's my vision.
well, it's a powerful one indeed. My goodness, money as air. Wow. Wow,
And that means
that.
abundant. You don't you don't fight with your neighbors like don't sniff my air, right? That's my air.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's
Yeah, you don't
especially if so.
you don't scold your kids. Hey, you're sniffing too much air. Just breathe lightly.
Oh yeah, especially if someone had too much Mexican food and they fart in the air. It's like, oh, you ain't gonna want that air then.
Yeah, so enjoy breathing in. So I hope money becomes air for you eventually, sometime in your life. Mine became air a couple of decades ago. And since then, I didn't have to worry about money. So I just focus on giving more and more. But the funny thing is, the more I give, the more I receive. So actually, after I reach my financial independence, money comes more easily. So my advice to you is forget about money. Focus on giving and sharing. By sharing what you have or what you know, there will be more clients. More people will be interested in you instead of asking for business or money. Just focus on giving. If the order is right, you receive money at the end. So don't think about it at the beginning.
Wow. If the order is right, you'll receive money at the end. Wow, man. Man, oh man. My man is dropping that heat indeed. Dropping that heat indeed. And I'm loving this new teaching that you're really giving to the world. And it's really good that you're doing that. And money became air for you 2 decades ago. So that means you're basically probably a 10th degree black belt in this, metaphorically speaking.
I don't even know that if I was practicing karate because I'm just enjoying my life too much. So, the true master is about, Japanese swordsmanship. So the true master is somebody, when you reach a certain level, this disciple asks this master, and then, can you teach me how to use a sword? Because I heard you're the master, and just show his sword. And so the master asks, what is this stick? So he cannot even recognize that that's a sword. So if you reach that high, I think you probably cannot recognize money or just money transaction. That's how you're focused on the most important things, because love is something you cannot see. But if you want to see it, you can see it. Kindness, generosity, friendship, the most important things in your life are invisible. So you have to learn how to see those things too. And if you just keep focusing on that, money will disappear from your life. And then all the bills are paid still and everything is going well. Uh, as long as you keep on giving uh, and focusing on what's important in your life, no worries about finances anymore. And that's the place I want to take everybody to.
Ah, sounds good indeed. Wow, my man dropping heat bomb after heat bomb of knowledge. My goodness, the most important things in life are invisible. Because it's true, like love, of course, you can still show it through action, but you can still feel like air. It's invisible, but you still need it. It's very important.
Yeah,
And
but somehow it's unfortunate that people are so obsessed with what's visible, cars, houses, and all the stuff. But when you die, would you wish, I wish I had three more houses, I think you wouldn't wish for bigger ones, I wish I had two more iPods.
Uh, that's true. Especially if you're a person on the go, it's like you can't even enjoy the one house you have.
Right. So, I stayed with old people's homes in Florida many years ago, almost 30 some years ago. And I really enjoyed staying with them, and they told me about their life stories, and they all said, memories are more important than money and things. So just create more fun memories because that's what counts. So I hope you don't save up too much money, and I hope you just focus on having great experiences with your families, friends, and loved ones. Don't do I think Japanese and Americans are working too hard, compared with other cultures. European people take 3 weeks of vacation time, but North American people tend to work harder, compared to even 10, 20 years ago. Some people have two jobs. So I hope you sort of like, step one back and then think what's important for you.
Yeah, I definitely can see that again. So my goodness, so this wonderful teachings on money basically being air, will that hit America in the form of another book anytime soon?
Yeah, doing something in English is always challenge. I'm pretty happy here in Japan, but doing this is very important because I can reach more people. So I'm currently working on a book called Heal Your Money, Heal Your Life. I'm talking about healing your money wounds because of our money traumas in the past, we do weird things, and most of the fights caused in the marriages or family or friends, uh, uh, just when you just take a look at the cause, it goes back to your childhood. So if you heal your money, you can have a totally different life. So that's what I'm writing about.
Ah, love it indeed, love it indeed. And that seems to be a continuous theme with a lot of past trauma, especially childhood trauma, because it tends to shape us who we become in the future. And sometimes, if it's not taken care of, it usually
Mhm.
manifests in different ways. And one of those ways can be just money wounds, like the way
Mm.
we were taught the wrong money language growing up, and sometimes not learning the correct way to really visualize money and actually have the right language for it. So that's definitely going to be one heck of a powerful book.
Yes, I hope it's going to heal so many people. And by that, they can transform their life, which is my dream too.
Well, amen to that. Amen to that. Well, fun question I've been dropping on folks is since books are also food for the mind, if your particular book, I guess we'll talk about Happy Money for this one since the Heal Your Money, Heal Your Life hasn't dropped officially yet, is that if Happy Money was a food item, what would it be and why?
Very interesting question. I've never been asked in this food analogy. I don't know what it'd be. So I think uh, Happy Money is chicken soup in North America because it could heal people's heart. So my mentor Jack Canfield wrote this book, Chicken Soup for the Soul. So definitely, I want Happy Money book to be the chicken soup for people's soul because Happy Money can be healing. When you receive it, you know it. When you spend it, other people can feel it. So this can be a healing soup for people who are worrying about money, who are stressed about money, and they feel a little lighter after reading the book. So I hope it to be chicken soup.
I love that answer. I love that answer indeed. A great one. And I love how you tied it into Jack Canfield. So definitely. I love it.
Yeah, I respect him so much because he had the vision of impacting so many people's lives. And I want to do the same thing in a different field, money.
That's right indeed. That's right indeed. So my goodness, so with that wonderful book project, Heal Your Money, Heal Your Life, and this wonderful mission you're on to transform the lives of millions and millions, if not billions of people. Well, are there any other big projects you're working on in the future to help you reach that wonderful goal of yours?
So I started this English online salon. I have one of the largest online salon in Japan. We have about 12,000 membership. And in English, our group is just started. We have about 600 people. It's called Arigato Living Community. So we learn about happy money and how to appreciate things. And I teach once a month in the community on how to invite more happy money into your life or how to monetize your gifts. Because in order to get happy money, you have to utilize your gifts. You're born with so many different gifts, but people don't know it. So I teach people how to discover them, order them, and tidying them up, and then monetize them. By doing that, you can invite more happy money, and by this cycle, you can have a totally different life. So that community and hopefully online Happy Money seminar coming sometime in April of 2022, and hopefully I can start traveling in the world and start sharing my wisdom with people all over the world. So that's my dream for next year.
Powerful dream indeed. Powerful dream indeed. Well, that's right. Definitely got to put some links in the show notes for folks who may be interested in joining the Arigato Living community. Yes, indeed, because it sounds freaking amazing. That's right. Amazing with a capital A, even. That's right. Oh, man. Well, we're coming down to the magical question that every guest gets to receive, and that is if you were to wake up tomorrow and you were 25 again, but you're in the current year with all of your knowledge and wisdom, what advice would you give to yourself?
I'll probably say whatever you worry about won't happen. So don't waste your time worrying about things. With the same amount of energy, use that for your own happiness and just follow your heart. And the thing that you think of it as illusion right now will become reality. So get excited about your future is what I would say.
Woohoo! Well, you heard the man. Get excited about your future, y'all. That's right. Get excited, y'all. That's right. With the big old X, get excited. That's right, indeed. Because my goodness, man has been dropping gems for the past half an hour or so, and it's some good stuff to take home with you and be on the lookout for his future stuff, indeed. Yes, indeed. indeed. So for those who want to keep up with all the stuff that the kind Ken is doing, what's the best way for folks to do so?
So you can find all the information at kenhonda.com, Ken and Honda's in a car, and you have all the information available there. You can take a very simple test to find out what your money types are. You could be a spender, gambler, hoarder, money maker, that kind of thing. Fun quiz is there. So just visit my website, and hopefully I will translate more free information onto this site. We're currently working on it.
Woohoo! Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, you heard it from the champ himself, the Zen Millionaire. Some call him the Marie Kondo of money because he's doing fabulous work indeed. That's right. So definitely check out all that wonderful stuff. Keep up with Kind Ken and be on the lookout for that summit in April 2022 as well indeed, because Ken will probably be extremely happy to see you because it's all about spreading happiness and joy. So, any parting words before we close up shop, Ken?
Thank you, Dominic, for your time, and I'm really touched by your gentleness and generosity. And I know all the listeners and viewers can feel you. That's why you're popular. And all the viewers and listeners, please enjoy your life and please appreciate what's coming into your life. Could be money, could be anything. So if you appreciate something new coming in, and when something goes out of your life, you can appreciate that too. And start this cycle of appreciation, whatever that is. That will definitely transform your life. And I'm sending all my love and friendship and all the care to you. And have a beautiful life. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a bunch for tuning in and setting aside some of your time to listen to this wonderful podcast, Going North. If you really enjoyed what you heard, do me a solid and share this with your network and someone that you care about that would get something out of it too. And be sure to subscribe to hear more, and heck, even check out the backlog if you would like, because there are hundreds of episodes to choose from, and they just keep getting better and not butter.